أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على رسوله الكريم أما بعد إن الله لا يظلم الناس شيئا ولكن الناس أنفسهم يظلمون صدق الله العظيم. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the one who is worthy of all praise. And salutations, blessings be upon his beloved sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. We are in the midst of uncertainty. And we only realize now what uncertainty really is. When we went about our business a month ago, 2 months ago, we were certain of certain things. We were certain that we were going to go to work. We were really certain that we were going to live the next day. But this time has reminded us that nothing is certain. Things can change in an instant. But this particular change that we are facing, which is unprecedented in our lifetime, how do we deal with it? What is the message? What is it? What's happening? How do we make sense of what's happening out there? Well, first of all, what is it that's really happening? Thousands of people are dying, but far greater than death, far greater than loss, is the sense of fear. We are actually collectively, globally, in a panic mode. And when we look around, we need to look, if you look closely, who is it which people, who is fearing the most? Who has the greatest fear? People of faith, people who are Muslims or any person of faith, if you look at their reaction, or if you look at the reaction of people who don't believe in anything, is there a marked difference? Now, going by what's happening around the world now, the way that we're behaving as Muslims, you might be forgiven thinking that the reaction is the same. It shouldn't be the same. The reaction should not be the same because we are people who believe, and we make this great claim that we are believers, but why is our reaction the same as those who don't believe? And what should our reaction be? Well, the people who are really fearing at this moment in time, and those who are the ones who have the greatest fear, will be people who have put all their eggs into the basket of dunya. Because those who just think about this world are the ones who are fearing the most. Fearing the economic collapse, fearing, losing our, what we say, normality, what is normal, what is daily routine. We're fearful of losing that. I'm already hearing that the governments are saying, we can't go back to normal. There is no such thing as normal anymore. But was it normal? What we were doing a couple of weeks ago, was that normal? Is that how we are taught to behave? Those people who fear the most in this time are the ones who put the effort in just for the sake of dunya. If our focus was just establishing ourselves upon this earth, getting ahead and progressing, then we are the ones who will be in the greatest fear. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He says in the Holy Quran, فَأَعُوذُ بِاللَّهِ مِنَ الشَّيْطَانِ الرَّجِيمِ قُلْ هَلْ نُنَبِّئُكُمْ بِالْأَخْسَرِينَ أَعْمَالًا. Allah says, shall we inform you, shall we tell you about those people whose deeds were wasted? Their time is wasted. They have wasted all they do. الَّذِينَ ضَلَّ سَعْيُهُمْ فِي الْحَيَاةِ الدُّنْيَا وَهُمْ يَحْسَبُونَ أَنَّهُمْ يُحْسِنُونَ صُنْعًا. They are those whose efforts in this world were misguided. So what they were doing, they were misguided by what they were trying to do, and they put all their efforts and all their deeds were catered for, were dependent upon their life on this earth. But yet they were thinking, we're doing great. We're making progress. We're developing. We're becoming richer. Our GDP is going up. Our GDP went up by 6%, 7%. And the country is developing because all the focus is on dunya. The Quran is saying they are the real losers. So we have to ask ourselves, are we amongst those people? Did we put all our eggs into the basket of dunya? Or did we try to put some of those eggs towards the hereafter? This is what's happening, this fear of losing this investment that we have made in dunya. We have made such a huge investment. We have made so many sacrifices just for the sake of dunya. Why is it happening? Why is this change? Why has it suddenly occurred? Why has Allah sent this upon us? So the first question is, what is happening? There's fear and panic. The second is, why is it happening? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He says in the Holy Quran, الله الذي خلق السماوات والأرض وأنزل من السماء ماء فأخرج به من الثمرات رزقا لكم وسخر لكم الفلك لتجري في البحر بأمره وسخر لكم الأنهار. It is Allah who has created the heavens and the earth and sent down water from the sky. And then He causes the fruits to grow so that they are a sustenance for you. And then He committed the ships and He commanded the ships to be of service to you upon the sea. So the ships are sailing upon the seas, and all our food is coming, all our oil is coming, all the plastic that we buy and all the gadgets that we buy, they come on ships. By the command of Allah, all this trade is happening by the command of Allah. And then Allah says that by His command, He committed the rivers. He made the rivers for you, to your service, for your need. And then He said, وَسَخَّرَ لَكُمُ الشَّمْسَ وَالْقَمَرَ دَائِبَيْنِ وَسَخَّرَ لَكُمُ اللَّيْلَ وَالنَّهَارَ. The sun and the moon, they are at your service continuously, turning. They are turning, they are moving. Why? For the service of mankind. Allah says, I have made them for your service, to serve you. What do we do with this? The ships that sail, the food that is given to us, what do we do? The first verse that I recited, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He says, إِنَّ اللَّهَ لَا يَظْلِمُ النَّاسَ شَيْئًا. Allah does not do zulm. He is not unjust to mankind at all. وَلَكِنَّ النَّاسَ أَنفُسَهُمْ يَظْلِمُونَ. But man himself is unjust upon himself. That he does zulm upon himself. He is unjust upon himself. Allah is not unjust. So when Allah has created all this for us, what do we do with it? What do we do with all these great blessings of Allah? The rain, the food, the commodities, the gadgets and the TVs and the mansions and the cars. What do we do with it? What we do with the gift of Allah is we abuse it. We abuse the gift of Allah. In every capacity, in whichever field we are in, wherever we are in the hierarchy of society, we abuse what Allah has given to us. There are things in our homes We abuse those who are around us. You know, I was reading the other day, domestic abuse during this particular time has doubled. So people are abusing other people, partners. One woman, this is not a third world statistic, this is in the UK. One woman is murdered by her partner every 3 days in this country. After every 3 days, a woman is murdered because of abuse. And this is the physical. And you know, in our culture, it's mainly physical, but you know, we abuse those around us. And then there's the mental abuse, the verbal abuse. This is just in our homes. We abuse the gifts of Allah. On a global scale, international scale, you have the strong countries abusing the weak. What has happened in this pandemic? Have any new wars started? Alhamdulillah, wars people are focusing on this than killing each other. Already the Saudis have stopped bombing the poor Yemenis who have nothing in the first place. Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah. Shukr alhamdulillah. So we have seen that wherever we go, whenever we look around, those who are at have strength, they abuse those who don't have strength, who are weak. In the pursuit of progress, in the pursuit of getting ahead of everyone, we are abusing this earth. We are sucking it dry. We are literally sucking dry this earth. We are abusing the gifts of Allah. The wealth that we have, the money that we possess, we abuse the wealth that we possess. Those who have more wealth, they abuse it more. Those who have less, they abuse it less. And then those who have the least, they are using their wealth just to make ends meet. Those who are wealthy, what is it that we really need? You know what? This pandemic has really taught us and opened our eyes, and should open our eyes. What are the real essentials? We have celebrities and we have these footballers. Do we need footballers? Well, we've realized during this particular pandemic, we don't really need football, do we? Now, some people will be very, very upset to hear that, but we don't really need football or footballers. Do we need celebrities and entertainers? No. What we've realized in this pandemic is that, you know, the great footballers and the great celebrities, they're not really the key workers. The guy who's stacking shelves in Asda's, he's a key worker. And it's amazing how Allah has taught us and is teaching us continuously how the people that we value the least are of the greatest value. The people we value the least are those who are of the greatest real value. The care home workers, the nurses, those people stacking shelves, those who are working the night shift, making sure the food is delivered, and they are the least paid. They are all minimum wage. But yet we have footballers and sitting at home who are not doing anything at the moment, getting 60, 70, 80,000, 100, 150,000 per week. Where do we place our value? What are we doing? This is abuse. We are abusing people. We are abusing this earth. Do we need all this? Our home. Now we don't need to. Okay, we are talking about footballers and the rich and the elite. You know, do we need 10? Do they need 10 cars? Do they need 15 cars? Can that wealth not be used to make society a better place for those who are going through difficulty? It can be. But if we come closer to home, how many things in our home that we actually need? Now, most people might be thinking, you know, we really found out how essential toilet paper is. And that's an essential requirement. People have realized that they're no longer trying to go into Curry's and Carrefour warehouse looking for the latest phones, the latest gadgets, the latest, you know, 70, 80, 90 inch plasma screen or LCDs. People are just going to get the bare minimum, which is food. So we're now worried about food. We realize what is essential. But yet, when we were not in this particular situation, we didn't even think what we are doing. Never in the history of this earth, never in the history of this earth has this world been abused to such a degree. Mankind has never abused Mother Earth as he is abusing Mother Earth right now. And this, what is happening now, is a way of Allah teaching us. And Allah will let things go for a short while. And then will come a time when Allah will say, enough is enough. And this dunya, this world that we are living in, the world right now is saying, I have had enough. I have had enough of your abuse. I have had enough of your pillaging of the resources, of walking upon this earth as though you own everything. The owner is asking for payback now. The owner is saying that what is it that you have been doing? In our community, Pakistani people, we have a saying, Allah ki lathi pe awaaz hoti hai. Yeah, I know. That's what we say. That the stick of Allah does not make a sound. So this makes a sound. But the stick of Allah does not make a sound. It is silent. And this particular killer is silent. The smallest of Allah's creation, causing the greatest panic. Now there's a question that people might ask. They say, okay, so these great countries, people are abusing the system, they are pillaging the earth. What about the poor countries? What about the poor people? What did they do? When a farmer cuts his field and he's trying to harvest the wheat, the weeds come with the wheat. But those who are innocent, they will be given justice in the next life. So in this life, everyone is going to be, so if people are dying, there's war, war doesn't differentiate. Virus and pandemics don't differentiate between good and bad. Everyone is taken by it. But those who are just, they are judged differently on the other side. When we look around, we look at what Allah gave to us. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He says, وَآتَاكُمْ مِنْ كُلِّ مَا سَأَلْتُمُوهُ. That I gave you whatever you have asked for. I gave you whatever you have asked for. وَإِن تَعُدُّوا نِعْمَةَ اللَّهِ لَا تُحْصُوهَا. And if you were to count Allah's favors, you will not be able to count them, to measure them. Look what Allah says after this. إِنَّ الْإِنسَانَ لَظَلُومٌ كَفَّارٌ. Most certainly, mankind is unjust and ungrateful. This poverty that we see around the world, there are those that have and those who do not have. Who is that caused by? People say, oh, if Allah is just, why are people dying of hunger? Why are people dying of illness? Why are people dying of this? The question is there enough food upon this earth? Should anyone in this earth die of hunger? No. No one should be dying of hunger. Because there is enough food, there is enough sustenance upon this earth. Allah has given the sustenance, the rizq is from Allah, the distribution is upon us. Allah has given us the power to be those who distribute. Allah wants to see how we are distributing. How are we distributing? So Allah has given us from His mercy, but He's checking and looking how are we distributing. Well, we are distributing, look around. Thousands and thousands of tons of wheat and corn is thrown in the ocean in Western countries, in America and these places. Just so the price of corn and wheat rises and the farmers get more money for it. Thousands and thousands and thousands of tons of wheat are dumped in the ocean, thrown away. So the prices are inflated, so they make more profit. Who is doing this? Al-insan, mankind. Mankind is the one who is being unjust. Allah says that I am not unjust. It is you who are unjust. This world that we are living in, this lesson Allah is teaching us, this is from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The abuse that is taking place, what we have been doing to each other, what we have been doing to this Mother Earth on a global scale. We have been abusing. And therefore, the punishment is also on a global scale. The abuse is global, therefore the punishment is global. And everyone is helpless in this situation. Nobody knows what's going to happen, when is it going to happen. May Allah protect us. The greatest superpowers. America has in excess of 10,000 nuclear and other weapons. There is thousands and thousands of nuclear weapons possessed by China. More than 10,000 nuclear warheads are possessed by Russia. Where are they? What are they doing? This arsenal of destruction that we built up as mankind, what good is that to us now? We created weapons for an enemy that is visible. Allah sent to us to punish us by an enemy that is not even visible. We cannot even see this enemy. This is the power of Allah. Don't think this is like very small. You know, Allah is just giving us a little slap. This is very small. Allah is giving a tiny little creature that cannot be seen by the naked eye. If you look at the story of Ibrahim alayhi salam, Nimrod, Namrud, how was he destroyed? This tyrant. He claimed to be God. He claimed to be the Lord of this world. What did Allah do with him to teach us a lesson? Just a tiny little mosquito went up his nose and bit him inside his head. And for the rest of his life, he was banging his head on the wall of his palace, and this is what killed him. This world of excess that we are living in, we have made the same claim, whether directly or indirectly, that we are the lords of this world. And Allah is teaching us that no, He is the real Lord. And I was listening to one of the shuyukh last week, and he put it really beautifully. He was like the coronavirus, he called it the Qarun virus. You know, Qarun was from the Bani Israel, and he was a pious person, a good person. But when he became wealthy, became arrogant, and he went against Musa alayhi salam. And because of his arrogance, he was going around showing his wealth to the people. Look at me, I have all this wealth. I've got this, I've got this. And he would walk the streets with his servants and with all his possessions, showing off in front of the people. This is what he was doing. And then Allah gave Musa alayhi salam the ability, the power. And Qarun, along with his wealth, he was sucked up by the earth. He was sucked inside the earth, along with his wealth. That was just one Qarun. But yet all of us have become Qarun to some degree. That we are going around, thinking and believing that this is what he used to say. Qarun used to say that all this wealth is my doing, it's from me. It's not Allah's favor. It's not Allah who has given this to me, but this is my doing. It's my inheritance. It is my right that I have all this wealth. This is what he was saying. And this is what we do and say. ये सारा कुछ मैं कहता ना, माड़ी कमाई है ना, ये मेरी कमाई है, ये अपने हाथों की कमाई है, मैं सारा कुछ बनाया. लेकिन अल्लाह पाक एक ऐसी चीज भेजी है कि जेरी नजर भी नहीं आशनी कि असा सोचने से कि असा इस दुनिया में असा रब है, लेकिन जरा हकीकी रब है उस असा की सबक सिखाना सी कि नहीं तुम सब भूली जाओ अपनी औकात. सो कि अपनी औकात नहीं पता. दुनिया की तबाह किताब. In Pakistan, someone was telling me last night that from Sialkot, how far is Sialkot from Kashmir? Look on the map. The people in Sialkot, which is hundreds of kilometers away from Kashmir, they're saying, for the first time in our lifetime, we are able to see the mountains of Kashmir. Because there is no pollution in the air. We have polluted through the pursuit of dunya. We have polluted the dunya and we have polluted our souls. So the pollution we have caused in the air is clearing away. But now the question that arises is whether after this pandemic, the pollution in our souls will also be cleansed. हवा तो साफ होने लगी है ना, हवा साफ होने लगी है, अल्लाह पाक हवा साफ कराई छोड़ी है. लेकिन क्या इसने इस आफत ने वजह तो क्या असना रूह असना दिल भी साफ हो सके नहीं? Will our souls be cleansed? This is what we need to think about. Are we going to go back to the same way that we lived before? Many people are saying, oh, things will not be back to normal. But I doubt that. I doubt that very much. Things will go back to normal like nothing ever happened. The economy will take time to get back on its feet again. How can I say this? I'm not saying it with certainty. I hope things don't go back to normal. But looking at how we behave, when a loved one passes away, a relative or friend passes away, there is mourning, there is crying for a short while. And what happens? कोई बंदा फौत हो जाए ना, कोई मुसीबत है, थोड़ी देर रोना, थोड़ी बहुत देर चिल्लाना, उसके बाद क्या होना? 2 हफ्ते 3 हफ्ते बाद सब कुछ भूल गए. वो भी सारा बात फिर मुझे जरा फौत हो जाए उसकी सारा बात याद कर ले. लेकिन एक बार याद रहनी कि किस कौन सी पुस्तक को किस तरह जिंदगी गुजारी है, इतना कुछ बनाया, आखिरकार क्या होया? Nothing. He left nothing. So the death of our reaction to the death of an individual, is it going to be the same reaction to the death of normality, to the death of what we saw as normal? May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect us. And Allah says in the Holy Quran, مَا أَصَابَكَ مِنْ حَسَنَةٍ فَمِنَ اللَّهِ. Whatever good happens to you is from Allah. وَمَا أَصَابَكَ مِنْ سَيِّئَةٍ فَمِنْ نَفْسِكَ. Whatever evil, whatever bad happens to you, it is from your own selves. It is the result of your own hands, what you have earned yourself. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgive us and lift this punishment from amongst us. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala allow us to learn the lessons from this. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala allow us to be people who do not go back to the way things were, who take care of this dunya and this earth, and this pillaging and this abuse that we are performing every single day. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us the ability to value those who are truly valuable, and not those who are just there as decoration, mere decoration. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgive me, and may He bless you and protect you, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala show mercy and kindness upon His creation. Wa min Allah tawfiq wa astaghfirullah al-azim.